Hello friends, welcome to the Ecology Universes. As a part of our ETT 50 vlog, let us take up the third concept. This is Master Excel Constants. Here I am talking about the basic objective of this vlog is you must master a concept at one shot. I am talking about mastering a concept, not just learning for your college exams or something else. That point you have to understand. In order to master a concept, whatever information you require, sometimes you require background, sometimes you require analogies or examples, programs, everything I am going to give you in one video, just a matter of 10 to 15 minutes, never be more than 15 minutes. That point you have to understand that. Okay, now in this concept, we are learning about constants. What is the advantage of using constants? Actually, by using constants, you can avoid or stop retyping. And same value can be used number of times depending on the context or depending on the requirement. So, here, in order to understand this concept, you must understand cell references, types of cell references. What is cell reference? Now, in a Excel sheet is divided like this and all that. This is suppose B, C, D. This is A1, this is B1, this is C1, this is D1, this is A2, this is A4. These are cell references. Cell references are nothing but cell's address. This cell is represented by A1, that is the cell's address. These cell references can be classified into three groups depending on the nature of the value we store in that. Those are relative references, absolute references, and mixed references and all. Actually, whatever I show you, suppose A1. Now, here A1, this is B1, this is B2. These are all relative. Normally what we use, first column alphabet will come, thereafter cell number will come. These are relative. For every time you are using it, whoever just entered into Excel, they know about that. Those are called relative references and all that. There is no just cell reference. Second one is absolute reference. Absolute reference means sometimes we have to use a constant, a fixed value and all that, then we have to lock it. For locking purpose and all, then a special code is there. Suppose you want to lock B1. In B1, certain value you are writing, you want to make it as a constant. That means the constant value should be applicable throughout. Then what you have to do? $1 symbol you have to write first. B. That means you are locking the column. Next, locking the row. So $2 instead of writing relative B1, what you are writing? $B, $1. You have to write. By that, they are able to define it as a constant. So this is commonly used. Normally, most of you know, whoever are dealing with circles and cylinders, there is a formula. What is the formula? Pi 2 pi r, pi r square h, 2 pi r h, like that is. There we are using pi. Pi is a constant. Its value is 3.14159 and something. If you want to extend, you can extend it. In Excel also we use that, but we need not define. Excel provides you pi function. Just to write that. Wherever you want to use pi and all that, you need not write this one or this one. Just to write this one. You should not give any argument. Of course, that is a different this thing. As a matter of context, I am explaining to you. This is wherever you are writing a formula relating to circle or cylinder, then this value you have to use. But in other cases, wherever we have to use a constant for all the items, then we have to declare it as absolute, like this. We are locking column, we are locking row. This is the code. In some cases, mixed references are required. Mixed reference means A5. That means we are locking the column, but this is free. this is relative, this is constant. Sometimes VA, that means this is relative, this is absolute. That means we are locking row. So here 4 types you are able to understand. First type obviously you know, then remaining types I have to explain. Here the thing is where we have to define constants. That's the first question. Where we define a constant means there are no hard and fast rules. In order to understand which value is a right candidate for a constant, you have to apply your common sense. Few examples I give you, by that you can easily understand which value is a constant. Actually, if you don't declare it as a constant also, there may not be any change in the result. But if you define it as a constant, it represents your common sense. And common sense is the core. I am not talking about intelligence and all that. So, which are the right candidates for constants? I give you some example, and based on that, every case you can decide which value can be declared as a constant. Suppose you are residing in a house. There are different rooms like drawing room, bedroom, kitchen room, study room, washroom, etc. and all that. If you see that, now length, there are 3 dimensions for every room. What are that? Length, breadth and height. As far as a drawing room, all rooms are concerned, length and breadth may be different. Suppose drawing room 20 into 15, bedroom 10 into 10, and kitchen room 10 into 8, study room 10 into 10, and washroom 8 into 10. Like this, lengths and breadths normally are different. But as far as height is concerned, most 99% of the houses, all the rooms height is same. Let us say 10. So why should you declare it? 10 is common for every room in any building. Then this is the right candidate for declaring as the constant. Okay. And a few more examples I give you by that. Okay, one more example relating to room only. Actually, your college building you see. In most colleges, all classrooms are having same dimensions only. Same dimensions. Let us say 20, 15 into 12. There are 20 rooms, all are having same length, same breadth and same height. Then you can declare, why should you 10 rooms, 20 rooms are there, 20 into 3, 60 values. Instead of declaring 60 values and all that, only 3 values you declare and use it for all the rooms, because all values are constant. In some cases, length may be constant and height may be constant and breadth may be different. For room to room, it is different. Then in such case and all that, you can declare the 2 as constant and you can declare it as a relative. In that way. And a few more examples I give you. Suppose in your college exam, there is a pass mark, 35%. Let us say, this is common. Whatever may you subject and regardless of the marks you secure, this is common. With this only your marks are compared for every paper and you are declared whether you are passed or not. Okay. So suppose for majority of the age, 18, whoever get 18, then those are 18 or more, those are majors. Otherwise, those are. So 18 can be declared as a constant, because who is having 18 or more, who completed 18 years or got more, then they will be called as majors. Okay. Others are called minors. In some cases and all that, one more. Suppose a sales representative monthly target 1000 units. For all the sales representative, monthly target is 1000 units. Then it can be declared as a constant. In this way, it's just a matter of common sense. So, if you have common sense and all that, then you can declare which value is the right candidate for declaring as a constant. After understanding the classification or types of Excel references and all that, see this real life example. By that you can have 100% clarity. You see there are 4 icons are there. The first one is both are relative. Both are relative references. In the second one, both are absolute references, means it is a constant. Third one, if you see and all that, column is relative and row is locked. How we are writing? C $2. Thereafter, column is locked and row is relative. Then how you write? $B3. First, you should have 100% clarity. Actually, somebody may have clarity over the concept, but whenever they want to write code, all doubts will come. That's why I'm taking more time and explaining every bit in detail. Thereafter, one more challenge is there. Now you understood all types of references and all. Here, in a particular case, how should we write? Because all values are alike and all that, there is no issue. Here, certain values are different. Some are, most are relative and few are constants. How to present those constants and all that, you may get it out. That's why, with the reference to room only, I am giving all the examples and all that. And by seeing that, how to present that in a particular situation, you can have an idea. If you are a beginner, just not seeing the program, you write the program. By that, you can get more practice and you can achieve more command over that. Here, 3 steps. As far as room is concerned, all are constants. As I told you, in your college, I always remember an example. In your college classrooms and all that, all rooms are having 20 rooms are there. All rooms are having same dimensions, like 20, 15, 12. 20 is the length, 15 is the breadth, 12 is the height. So all rooms are having same dimensions. So you can declare all as a constant. One time, if you declare them as constants and all that, every time you can avoid retyping. Thereafter, mixed case. Mixed case means actually here breadth is relative. Breadth room to room it is changed, but as far as length and height are constant and all that. So third one is all are unique. All are unique means every room is having, like your house and all that, all rooms are having different dimensions and all. So by seeing this program, how we are able to implement that, you can have an idea. And this is not the end of that. While you are writing, while you are advancing and all that, several situations you have to face. In every situation, how to write a program, you can understand. Okay, now you see the first program, 3A. First program you see here, length is 20, breadth is 15, height is 10. Height is 10. But what we are here, what we are doing, all rooms are alike. All rooms are alike and all that. Alike means like your, always remember your college classrooms and all that. Then one time you declared in one table, you have declared all the 3 and all. Thereafter, you are using for floor area and 4 walls area. Floor area is length into breadth. 4 walls area 2 into h into L plus B. 2h into L plus B. The 2 into height into L plus B. The formulas you must remember and all that. So I have applied, because for all rooms same dimensions. All rooms are having uniform dimensions or common dimensions. That's why this is the first case. You could declare a separate table for them and directly use them. And I have given how to write in formulas and all that. Dollar symbol we use for both column and row. That is the first case. Second case you see. Length, this is mixed. Length is common, height is common, but breadth for each room is different and all that. How we are writing? Just you see that. Cases are same, formulas are same, but only thing is how we have to write the references. That you have to understand. I have given the code. You can understand that. And third one, normally in every building it happens. 99.9% buildings are like that. Length and breadth of each room is different, is unique, and height of all the rooms in a building are same and all that. That is the case. In that case, you can write it like this and that. but whatever I am telling you, one way of writing, and I don't say this is the only way. But only thing is, it is my responsibility to give a clue. That's why I am giving these three programs I explained to you. Next, thereafter, you see that here, one example. Here, what is the example? Pass percentage. Pass percentage for every student is same for each paper. How we are here, three papers are there: math, science, and English. So we are writing, and we are writing a constant, that pass percentage and all. How we are writing? Actually, column is free, and we are not locking. Row only we are locking. How we are writing? $4 we are writing, and corresponding formula you see and all that. You can understand how we are writing it. That is very important. Otherwise, whenever you want to write, then where to put this value, how to put this value, all the doubts will come. In order to clarify that only, for the simple concept, I am giving 5 examples. Here you see that pass mark. Pass mark is common for all the students for all the papers. Okay. Next one is here target. Every student is having a target of 100 units and all that. Then individual student actuals we are taking, and result, whether failed or passed, we are taking and all. Then for this purpose, what we are doing, the column we are locking. How we are writing? $B3 we are writing. So in this manner, we have to write references and all that. One thing I am telling you, that is actually using constants is not compulsory. But if you use constants and all that, people can understand that you have common sense. Understand? Every programmer should have common sense. I am not talking about intelligence. This is one of that element. By that, you can retype the element, same value. You can use that, and it avoids committing errors, and it improves. It represents your common sense, and it improves the program efficiency.